So, modesty is a topic that isn't really talked about too much in our society. It is a virtue that has really been lost in the modern age. And typically, when people talk about modesty, it is mainly directed towards women. And I think this is partially good, but there's also male modesty too. And I think both are really important, especially for Christians. If you're doing, yeah, I've seen there's a trend where you get ready, so get ready with me for church, and you have these people who will be like in their underwear and stuff. And it's like, that's just not modesty. And it goes both ways. And modesty is one of the most important virtues, I think, that is just lost in our culture, both for men and women, right? I think, especially for men, it's not really talked about as much. And it can be not only in how you dress, but also in how you hold yourself, right? Do you engage in risque jokes and behavior? Do you speak about women in a kind of demeaning or overly sexual manner? I think all of these are examples of immodest behavior. And I think it's not good. And so I think being modest in both how you hold yourself, how you present yourself, and how you speak and how you think is just as important as how you dress. And a lot of people lose this, right? They may, dress somewhat modest, but they'll speak immodestly and stuff. And it's how you speak and how you hold yourself is a reflection of who you are deep down. I mean, if you're a Christian and you're really always making immodest and overtly sexual jokes and stuff, that's a reflection of who you are deep down. So I think modesty is incredibly important, especially for men as well. And it's really lost. A lot of men don't really hold themselves to a modest standard, but it is very important. And for women, it's very important too. A lot of like the feminists will say you're being sexist if you say women should be modest, but we should all be modest. There should be a desire that for all of us to hold ourselves to a higher standard and to treat each other as fellow human beings, and not to dehumanize each other, to view each other as just a piece of meat or an object. So I think modesty is an important reflection of that. Is we hold ourselves to that standard. We don't want to sexualize ourselves. We don't want to make ourselves be viewed as a commodity or make other people lust after us. We should be doing that not only for a respect for ourselves, but also a respect for others. And I think that's what modesty comes down to: is you respect yourself and you respect others, right? You don't want to put yourself on a shelf to be gawked at, and also you don't want to cause people to stumble. So that is why modesty is so important for us as Christians.